14th of November, 1894. A brutal murder. What are the police concealing about Mad William's funeral? Why was the tomb entrance opened? What beast ripped apart the local gravedigger's body? Read on as we expose another public scandal. The beast is alive and wants blood. When the idle police are doing nothing, the time is right for hunting.
Zatracení novináři dokážou všechno jenom zkomplikovat. Takové senzacechtivé nesmysly.
I deserve a kicking. How come he managed to take photos of the whole cemetery? I would have seen him. I should call the chief inspector. He'll hear about it anyway. So, here I am. Detective Sergeant Briscoe. Chief Inspector, I was just going to call you. Yes, I read that, and I'm as surprised as you are, sir. I think it's a fraud. He managed to take some photos, but he couldn't... Of course, I intended to summon him or arrest him, if it would be needed. Sir, I am not sitting here twiddling my thumbs. I questioned all the suspects that were arrested before the burial. The results are still quite low, but I've just begun. Yes, that's true. We arrested several extortionists, thieves, and layabouts, but nobody knew anything. Only a silly rumor is going around. No, sir, I've not received the post-mortem report yet, but I'll get it. I'll have more time for it now. I'll keep you informed. We'll find something sooner or later. Goodbye. But I must confess this device has an indisputable advantage. In moments like this, I prefer not to talk face to face. Let's sum it up, step by step.
Máme štěstí, že jsme s ním nemuseli mluvit osobně. Ale co pak my za to můžem? A pořád nechápu, jak se to tomu novináři povedlo. Jak dokázal připravit fotoaparát. To přece trvá spoustu času a udělat snímky tolika různých míst po celém hřbitově. Jak to, že jsme ho neviděli? Nechápu, jak to stihnul. Ale pojďme se shrnout, co zatím víme. Začíná se nám to zajímavě komplikovat. Takže probereme si to.
The post-mortem report would be useful.
Pořád nevíme, co ho vlastně zabilo. Nemáme pitevní zprávu, ale to není náš problém. Snad co nevidět dorazí.
Maybe I overlooked some other clues at the cemetery.
Rakev byla prázdná. Otázkou je, jestli vůbec někdy byla plná. Ale pokud ano, kam se podělo tělo?
If it was all prepared by Lady Miriam to protect her grandson, then there is a mistake somewhere. The gravedigger's murder was definitely not part of the plan, and people are talking about Sir William more than ever before.
Možná to byl jen falešný pohřeb. Konec konců pozornost města byla upnutá na Williama, na tu takzvanou zrůdu. A tohle bez pochyby mělo šanci tomu pomoci, kdyby se ovšem neukázalo, že rakev je prázdná. kdyby nevyšel ten článek, protože teď celé město věří tomu, že William je stále naživu, anebo hůř, že vstal z mrtvých.
Many people dislike the fact Sir William was buried in holy ground. They might have agreed with the gravedigger and thrown the body in the sewer. Then later, they might have had an argument, and the gravedigger died. I would even believe that they faked his death, so it looked like the work of some kind of monster.
I to je možná teorie. Možná, že někdo vtrhnul na hřbitov, aby se toho těla zbavil, aby ho zlikvidoval, zohavil, nebo tak. A tady máme náš aktuální seznam podezřelých.
I haven't found anybody who smokes this kind of cigarette. There must have been someone at the cemetery who I don't know of yet.
Náš kuřák. Ale stále nevíme jeho totožnost.
When I came to the cemetery for the first time, he didn't want me to go inside the tomb. He probably had a good reason for it.
Je možné, že by otec Malkehy byl v tom všem nějak zapojený? Možná, že o té prázdné rakvi věděl. Možná, že to tělo dokonce vyndal on sám. Nebo to nařídil hrobníkovi. A pak ho zabil.
A slimy snake, capable of anything. He took photos of the crime scene without my knowing and made a fool of me. I will not let it be like that.
Ten špinavý novinář. I když kdo ví, možná je v tom nějak zapletený. Konec konců, není zase tak nenormální, že různé plátky, novináři a tak sami vytvoří nějaký příběh, nějakou záhadu, aby měli o čem psát.
Father Mulcahy told me she insisted the coffin be kept closed for the entire funeral. She would have a purely logical reason for that, if, for instance, the coffin were empty.
A pak je tu ta věc s tím úplně falešným pohřbem. Asi by nebylo od věci Miriam navštívit a vyslechnout. Kromě našich poznámek u sebe máme spoustu věcí. Většinu jsme měli i minule. Krabičku máme tentokrát otevřenou.
I wonder whether it was meant as a gift or if my predecessor simply forgot it.
A úplně nově máme ty noviny.
I can't understand how they managed to develop the photograph with only half the broken pieces. Maybe I could put the whole image together.
Ta druhá polovina musela být na tom sklíčku, co jsme našli rozbité. To by znamenalo, možná ho budeme mít v našem trezoru.
All I have there is a pistol and evidence related to Sir William's case. I will take only the evidence. I will not need the pistol yet.
A naše nazbírané důkazy, momentálně jenom 3. A ta látka.
I think the time has come to take a closer look at them.
No je pravda, že tu máme mikroskop.
Its operation is relatively easy. I'm glad I have it here. If only I had a sample to examine.
Pojďme se na tu látku podívat hezky zblízka.
I don't know much about it, but it seems like a high-quality material.
To se hned pozná kvalita. No, víme, že to nebylo z kabátu hrobníka, taky kde by tu kvalitu vzal. Možná, že ta látka... Možná, že právě to je ten hlavní důkaz, který máme. Jenom stačí najít, komu to patřilo. Ten pes bez pochyby se vrhnul na toho vraha, co zabil hrobníka, a dokázal mu vytrhnout kus látky, který jsme potom našli v jeho tlamě, toho psa. Bez pochyby látka vraha.
I can't say yet whether I'll ever be able to get used to it, but it certainly simplifies communication.
Je to nakonec celkem šikovná věcička.
There's no need to bother anyone yet.
Ale teď nemáme komu volat. No ale musím říci, že po tom uklizení naší kanceláře to tady vypadá mnohem lépe, je to tu takové prostorné. Ale pořád tu máme tuhletu bednu.
I haven't had time yet to find out what's inside. Well and truly locked. Could it be another of Inspector Lockley's treasures?
Možná bychom tam našli něco užitečného. Pořád nevíme, od čeho je ten druhý klíč. Možná právě od té bedny.
None of the keys fit. How disappointing.
Škoda, tak to je smůla. Doufal jsem, že to bude ono. No, potom máme ještě další důkaz, ten nedopalek.
Someone threw it away the night Sir William's body disappeared.
A především máme zbytek té fotografie, tedy sklíčka.
I can compose half the picture, but the whole thing would be better.
Možná bychom to dokázali složit a porovnat se zbytkem fotky z novin.
It wouldn't be perfect, but at least I'll have a complete image. It's pretty difficult to put glass pieces together, but I think I did well.
No jo, jako lidi taková poznámečka počerou. Tohleto si úplně říká o nějakou skládanku, o nějaký pucle rébus, ale nic. Ta hra prostě žádný takový hádanky nemá. A to navzdory tomu, že to místo tady pro ně je tak nápadné, že prostě... Říkám si proč. To neměli čas na to implementovat do hry ještě těch pár rébusů? Nebo se rozhodli, že to bude lepší bez nich? Opravdu netuším. Hlavní ale je, že máme tu fotku.
There is something odd about that photograph. I should compare the angle of the view with the camera's position.
To by znamenalo vrátit se zpátky na hřbitov. No, stejně bychom tam ještě měli zajít. Konec konců je to místo činu. A nejenom jednoho.
I'll feel much more comfortable if the gun stays where it is.
Necháme bouchačku v trezoru a půjdeme se tam podívat na hřbitov.
This is what I call service. Any news, officer?
Nothing special, sir.
Really? I would rather be disappointed then. I suppose it must be fascinating if you don't want to tell me.
Not at all. It's just odds and ends.
Are there any photographs? Of the cemetery, for instance?
There are. Didn't you see them already, sir?
The journalist who wrote this is an idiot. We will only see trouble. Do you know him? I believe his name is Forrest.
Not personally, sir, but this journalist really annoys me. I'd arrest him right away.
Indeed? Do so.
What?
Have this man found and put him in a cell, then let me know.
Excuse me, sir, but it's not that easy. You ordered me to guard the cemetery, and I don't have enough men.
Now, it's your trouble, not mine. You have your orders, so proceed.
Yes, sir.
I won't dirty my hands with that. I'll go and do something useful until the patrol brings him in.
Ten novinář, s ním je to osobní záležitost. ten ještě bude hodně litovat, že nám takhle kazí nejenom náš případ, ale hlavně naši pověst. Tohle mu neprojde.
Each time I see him, I remember the incident with my documents. I'd rather avoid him.
Tak, co pošta? Taky čekáme pořád na ten průkaz. A hlavně bychom chtěli pitevní zprávu ohledně hrobníka.
Officer, do you have any mail for me?
Don't know, sir. Are you expecting something?
Yes, a post-mortem report. I'd like to be sure that it hasn't got lost.
Here? That's highly unlikely, sir.
Well, it should have been here already.
Listen, correct me if I'm wrong, but you lost your documents yesterday.
Yes, but there is no connection with that.
And then, how did you get this idea? Why don't you call the dissecting room? Just to remind them?
Which is what I will do. I cannot do anything without the report.
There you go. Case closed.
An unpleasant man, but he's right. Why not call the mortuary?
Ano, konec konců zdá se, že má pravdu. Zavoláme tam je a trochu je popoženeme. Trochu důrazně.
I'll be mostly out, so I'm quite curious how my warrant card is coming.
But, sir, you don't really need one. One look and everybody knows you're a police officer.
It is the policy. It's not my idea.
All right, sir, wait a minute, I'll have a look. I'm sorry, sir, the administration department is busy. Nothing there.
But is there no way to speed things up?
No, there isn't. That's the policy, you know.
Thank you for the enlightenment, officer. I'll remember it.
Ten člověk se nám snad dokonce vysmívá, nebo co? Jak máme řešit takovýhle důležitý a komplikovaný případ, aniž bychom měli možnost se prokázat jako policista?
I need help to open the trunk, which my predecessor left in the office.
I can't help you with that. Inspector Lockley liked his stuff locked, so as far as I know, he had the keys.
Do you know a locksmith?
Well, that depends. There are many experienced safe breakers in the prisons.
Oh, well, thanks. No, I'll find another way.
No, tak to asi nebude nejvhodnější, že? Potřebujeme doručit ten aparát na místo činu.
Could you please send someone to bring a camera to St. Patrick's Church? It was found yesterday at the crime scene. I need to have it exactly at the same place.
Count on me, sir.
Tak to by bylo prozatím vše. Máme tu archiv.
I can see nothing but stairs leading to the underground. Locked.
To snad. Ale možná v tom klíči není žádná záhada. On zkrátka bude pasovat od archivu, od mříží tady.
None of the keys fit. How disappointing.
No, tak ne. Zavoláme do Márnice. Jak to, že jim to tak trvá?
Detective Sergeant Briscoe, put me through to the dissecting room, please. Thank you. I'll wait. Good day, Doctor. I'm investigating the case of the dead gravedigger. Do you have any news for me? I'd prefer to have it written down. This case is of the top priority, Doctor. I need to have it today. All right, I'll wait. But as I'm already talking to you, I have one more question. Did you perform the post-mortem on Sir William's body? Ah, I see. His body was examined by the family doctor who also signed the death certificate. Do you know where I could find him? I need to talk to him. Inspector Lockley? I heard about him. He was my predecessor. I heard he was interested in Sir William's cases. Definitely, he might have some notes, but I've not found anything yet. Anyway, thank you for the advice. Goodbye. That is a good idea. Lockley definitely kept notes concerning all his previous cases. He must have left them here. It would also be good to know where Sir William's personal doctor is.
Možná je nechal právě v té bedně. Ale my se nemůžeme dostat dovnitř. No vidá, začíná se nám to zajímavě komplikovat. Ovšem, ten doktor, ten by nám bez pochyby mohl poradit.
Being the doctor of the notorious Sir William probably wasn't very good publicity. Maybe my predecessor recorded some notes about him.
Nebo bychom ho možná mohli osobně vyhledat. A tím pádem se taky dostáváme k další teorii.
Sir William was absolutely unique. I wonder why a doctor would risk his reputation and accept him as a patient. Was there an ulterior motive? Maybe he wanted to carry out private research and continue with the patient's post-mortem.
To je zajímavá myšlenka, ale možná není tak úplně špatná. Ale dokud se nesejdeme s tím lékařem, těžko můžeme říct si víc.
Inspector Lockley was probably a very good policeman.
Indeed, sir. Too bad he chose to leave. Actually, I don't know why. He never shared much.
I'm quite interested what kind of cases he investigated.
You have his office, sir. There must be something left behind.
Well, not really.
You can try your luck in the archive, then. You might find something in the stuff you sent there.
The archive? Is that the file over there?
Yes, sir.
Would you give me the key, please?
Of course. Here you are.
Archív, no konečně. To je dobrý nápad, porozhledneme se tam.
I didn't expect to get him so easily. Perhaps he finally understands who the boss is.
Jo, pro jeho vlastní dobro by s námi měl spolupracovat. Tak, jak jenom to půjde.
I'll add it to the others, so I won't lose it.
Don't forget to give it back.
Don't worry, officer.
Jen klid. No vidá, už máme 3 klíče, ale pořád ještě nevíme, k čemu je ten jeden.
They're starting to mount up. Later, I'll have to organize and mark them somehow.
Tak se půjdem podívat do archivu.
Done.
Tady to ale vypadá. Takový binec.
So many items, how can anybody find anything here? I'm looking for some documents, notes or photos, but I can't see anything like that.
Spousta věcí, ale nic zajímavého. A tahle levá police, proč je podepřená koštětem?
If the broom wasn't here, it would fall down. Its front leg is missing.
Aha.
Even if I braced it with my hands and took the broom, what would it be good for? I would have to hold it.
Ta police musí být pořádně těžká. Podívejte na šířku toho dřeva. Kdyby to na nás spadlo, mohlo by nás to i zabít.
If I move it, the shelf will fall on my head. Wonderful prospect. If I move it, the shelf will fall on my head. Wonderful prospect.
Ne. Raději na ten smeták nebudeme šahat. Ani náhodou. Jenomže ten kufr tady, ten by se hodil.
It's almost unobservable, but the initials A.L. are here. It might stand for Detective Lockley.
No jistě, tu budou jeho věci. Ale jak se dostat dovnitř? Aniž bychom riskovali, že nám ta police spadne na hlavu.
I can't pull it out when the broom is there.
Jedinou šancí by bylo snad nějak odepřít nebo zajistit tu policii něčím jiným, ale nic nemáme. Škoda.
At least I know where the rubbish from my office went.
Tak oni to vyházeli sem do archívu.
Nothing interesting. Well, except this. It doesn't belong in the office, but now it might come in handy.
To je ta sádra. No, možná by se nám hodila.
I must add water to be able to use it.
Najít někde vodu, to nemůže být těžké. Tak alespoň něco máme. Necháme ho už na pokoji. Myslím, že je nejvyšší čas vyrazit zase do terénu. Takže vydáme se opět na místo činu, kam jinam taky.
Are you bored, officer?
No, sir, not at all, sir. Just happy to have a bit of a rest, sir.
Why? Has anything happened?
Did you read today's Courier, sir?
Yes, unfortunately.
So you might have a slight idea what the locals did then, sir. A few came back to check if Sir William was where he's supposed to be.
I hope they didn't manage it.
Not at all, sir. The biggest troublemakers were arrested and the rest left. But it's not over yet, sir. They'll drink to courage, and they might be back in bigger numbers, sir.
How many officers do we have here?
4 altogether, sir, 1 on each side of the cemetery.
Good. You're in charge now, officer. If anything happens, ask for support.
Tak. Mimochodem dnes to vypadá na celkem pěkný den, i když mlhavý. Ale hlavně, že už neprší.
Once it'll be necessary to search the sewers, Sergeant Carter will finally be useful.
Opakujeme to tak často, až mám takový tušení, že k tomu jednou dojde. Konec konců vypadá to, že cesta do kanálu je přímo tady naproti hřbitovu. A co když právě tamtudy mohl utíkat náš vrah?
I'll come back when I need something.
Zdá se, že je tu ticho. Tak to má být. Mohli bychom se podívat do kostela.
I see you are back, detective. Any leads?
Father Mulcahy, I can't talk to you about that. I'm sure you understand.
Indeed. How can I assist you?
I just have a few questions, nothing else. Listen, Father, this place is most impressive. So much peace inside these walls.
I am pleased, detective. In these mad times, only a few can appreciate that.
Would you mind if I stay for a while?
Of course not. Hopefully you will find your answers here.
To v skutku doufám. Ani to netušíte dost možná, nebo si to nepřipouštíte, otče, ale jste na našem seznamu podezřelých. Je klidně možné, že to byl právě on.
My notepad is my personal Bible. I'm going to flick through it one day, but the stone edition probably isn't the best one.
Kamenná Bible? V ní se musí ale špatně listovat.
An interesting decoration. It makes people bow their heads.
Je to prapodivné, to ano. Ten znak tady vypadá to jako nějaké velké oko.
It must be very old. It has definitely seen many shoes. I'm afraid that even the holy water can't help me. I know I should use it, but I've never been into such things.
Teoreticky bychom právě v té vodě mohli rozpustit tu sádru, ale to by nebylo dobré. Tedy myslím, rozhodně by nás u toho neměl vidět farář.
One of those things that has to be in every church. I'll come back as soon as I get my first wage.
Možná časem taky něco přispějeme.
I wouldn't like to find out he's the one behind all this and has just been pulling my leg all along.
Bylo by to smutné zjistit, že on je opravdu tím naším zločincem, ale na druhou stranu jsme profesionálové, že ano, takže nemůžeme ho vyloučit. On rozhodně svůj motiv měl, alespoň se to tak jeví.
Am I wrong, or are you calmer now than last time?
It is thanks to this place. Whoever asks will find his peace here.
Do you mean in prayer?
Indeed, you should try it. It might help.
Je klidnější než včera. To je pravda.
I came for some advice, Father. I'd like to speak to Lady Lewise. There are many unclear questions she might have answers to.
What do you want me to do?
I won't tiptoe around. I was hoping you could help me with it. Could you be so kind and follow me?
I see. No, that is not possible. If you believe I have good relations with Miriam, you are wrong. If she saw me with you, it might be more of a disadvantage for you.
Indeed. Do you happen to know where she is now?
Try Lewis Manor, but whether she will receive you, I honestly do not know.
I have to go there myself. I suppose it won't be easy for her, so soon after her only grandchild's death.
Panství Lewisů. No, myslím, že to rozhodně stojí za návštěvu. Ale ještě se tady na hřbitově chvilku zdržíme.
How are you managing? The officer at the cemetery informed me that there was more trouble.
Yes, but luckily, we have very capable support.
Unfortunately, I can't keep them any longer. I'll have to retrieve them soon.
Do not worry. With God's help, the church will survive.
Možná by nám ten Bůh mohl pomoci vyřešit tento případ. Nebylo by to i v jeho zájmu? No nic, půjdeme ven. Než se podíváme na místo vraždy, mohli bychom ještě jednou zkontrolovat tu hrobku. Vypadá to tady víceméně stejně jako včera, akorát je tu možná více světla, ale možná tu najdeme něco nového.
Odd. The tomb seems to be for male family members only. But none of them lived to reach the age of 40. Even if I got the permission and a bricklayer to get in, it has nothing to do with the case. I could search through this for hours, but I can't see anything important.
Jo, je to prostě prázdná rakev. Ale bylo by dobré zjistit, jestli tam opravdu někdo byl, nebo ji sem už přinesli prázdnou.
The question is whether he got out of the coffin alone or with someone else's help.
To taky. I když podle těch vylomených dveří nahoře to vypadá, že tu opravdu byl pohřbený. Pokud to byl on, ale nejspíše ano. Nicméně, jestliže to byl fingovaný pohřeb, tak dost možná mu někdo pomohl ven.
Everything seems to be all right from this point of view. I wonder what it looks like from the inside. What a terrible sight. Scratches and blood everywhere.
No teda.
I can't see it properly, but there's definitely something in those scratches.
Tak tohle je vážná věc. Protože pokud by tam byl pohřbený a pouze by čekal, až bude moci ven, tak tohle vypadá, že byl pohřbený zaživa. A snažil se mermomocí dostat ven, a nejspíš nemohl. Měli bychom to prohlédnout zblízka.
Oh my God, there are fragments of fingernails in there. Now it's clear that Sir William must have been alive. Where are my tweezers? Perhaps I can take a sample.
Lidské nehty, které si strhal, když se snažil vše možně dostat ven z rakve. To muselo být strašný.
This is horrible. Sir William couldn't have been dead. He must have torn off his nails trying to get out of the coffin.
Takže musíme si to nějak shrnout. Máme tady každopádně novou teorii.
To come up with a theory is easy, but to prove it is much more difficult.
A taky to začíná čím dál tím víc poukazovat na Lady Miriam.
Now I know Sir William must have been buried alive. Could she have planned all this and saved her grandson from his insanity too? She probably didn't succeed.
Jo, možná to naplánovala. On se nechal jakože pohřbít, ale ten útěk z rakve nějak nevyšel a než se dokázal dostat ven, tak polámal si přitom nehty ale nakonec mu to vyšlo a utekl a cestou ven zabil hrobníka no nevím, a stále je to dost chatrná teorie.
Sir William was buried alive. He might have become mad, but he definitely got out. Then he could have killed the gravedigger, who was hanging around before finally disappearing into the canal.
Jednoznačně ale víme, že je naživu. Ale kde? No nic, půjdeme nahoru. Teď se půjdeme podívat na místo vraždy hrobníka. No videa, fotoaparát už je tady, stejně jako včera. Tělo je pryč, samozřejmě, stále čekáme na pitevní zprávu. Tak se na to podíváme.
What speed! My colleague from the reception certainly knows how to surprise people. Yes, I think he's at the same spot I found him yesterday.
Takže pojďme to porovnat s tou fotkou v novinách.
Damn journalist, tricking me like that. The angle of the camera's view doesn't match the photo in the papers that he definitely took yesterday. Now it's clear how he managed to take the pictures of the gravedigger behind my back. He was here before us. Then he played a little trick to disguise how he got those pictures. Mr. Nathaniel Forrest might be behind all this. Murders and gossip every day. Just to increase the sales of his rag. If I ever get him to jail, I'll shake the soul out of him.
Ten špinavec, je to vůbec možný? Takhle nás obelstít. Takže on se dostal na místo činu ještě dlouho před policií. Nafotil tělo a další věci a potom, aby vytvořil důkaz, že tam jako byl, až potom, tak se tam dostal ještě jednou. Ale jenom proto, aby tu nechal fotoaparát jako stopu. Nebo možná zkusil udělat pár dalších fotek, než ho načapáme. To snad není možný.
It was unbelievable insolence, coming to the crime scene even before the police arrived. And then pretending to take photos when he had already done so without my knowing.
Tím pádem nám ale vzniká další teorie. Co když i to všechno ostatní dopředu zinscenoval?
Long years of slanders, false accusations, and plenty of bloody murders attributed to the only man hated by the whole town. A gold mine for newspapers bold enough to invent and publish any lie they can think of. Are they capable of going so far as to kill?
Novináři? Vraždit? O tom bychom asi nemuseli ani pochybovat. No jo, možná to tak je.
I've already seen it. Nothing special.
Ne, nemá cenu jít se procházet po hřbitově. Tady je to místo, kde byl hrobník nalezen. Je tu stopa.
I'd rather not touch it. It's very fragile. The gravedigger had rubber boots, but these shoes were definitely smaller. I should make a cast. If it starts raining, all clues will be gone.
Včera pršelo, ale ta stopa tady pořád je. Možná byla přímo pod tělem. No jo, ale v každém případě zatím nemáme sádru připravenou, takže bude muset počkat. Chtělo by to vodu. No, tamhle je pumpa. To by možná šlo, ale asi by to chtělo něco lepšího.
I've already seen it. Nothing special.
Chodit dozadu ke zdi, to nemá cenu. Možná bychom ještě mohli faráři ukázat ty nechty. Hádám, že by ho to mohlo dost šokovat.
I need to time it just right. Perhaps provoke him first, then strike with the fact that Sir William was alive. This triumph is too worthy to be wasted.
Jo, zatím počkáme. Koneckonců on je pořád jeden z našich podezřelých. Možná aktuálně ne ten nejhlavnější, ale rozhodně je. A taková věc jako ty nechty, vytáhneme to na něj v ten správný čas. Tím pádem bych řekl, že tu jsme alespoň prozatím hotoví. Minimálně dokud nebudeme mít připravenou sádru na odlitek té stopy. To taky znamená, že bychom ale mohli vyrazit na panství Lewisů. A kruci, je to až na druhé straně města. To je tedy pořádná dálka. No, ale musíme tam jít. Tak, to je ono. Starobylé šlechtické panství Lewisů.
I cannot get rid of the feeling that someone is watching me all the time. If I stand in the right place, nobody could see me.
Zajímavé sochy. No, dostat se přes zeď. To není nic pro nás. Jednoduše zazvoníme.
I can't really explain it, but I must confess I'm a bit nervous being on this estate.
Přeci jen jistá nervozita tu je, zvláště když víme, co se o téhleté rodině povídá.
How can I help you?
Good day, miss. I'm from the police, Detective Briscoe. I need to talk to the lady of this house.
Lady won't have any visitors. It's her order.
I didn't come for a cup of tea. This is a police investigation.
But I don't know. You'll get me into trouble.
You'll be in trouble if you don't open the door.
Do you have any warrant card?
Well, I do not, but I am from the police, trust me.
Anybody could say that. I'm sorry, I won't open it.
What if I came back with it later?
Nope. Never. I won't be fired twice.
So you won't help me?
Just show me your warrant card or stay where you are, but I won't wait long.
The maid is afraid of being fired. She won't open the door just like that.
Ale na jednu stranu se jí nemohu divit. Ten průkaz bychom opravdu měli už dávno mít.
It would be useless trying to explain. She won't open the door to a policeman without a warrant card. If I stand in the right place, nobody could see me.
Marná snaha. To snad ani není pravda. Musíme se vrátit přes celé město, zpátky na stanici a doufat, že konečně ten průkaz nám vydají. Tak ale teď už toho máme dost.
Do you know, officer, I have had just about enough.
Don't know what you mean, sir.
You will go and get my warrant card now, and I don't care how you do it.
But that's absolutely out of the question, sir.
Oh, it is impossible for me to interrogate because I cannot show my card.
I'm trying to understand, sir. I really don't know.
You know what? Get up and make it happen. Yes? If not, I will make sure you stand guard at the cemetery starting tomorrow. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. I'll try. Be right back.
This is how to speak to him?
I've got it, sir. They just forgot to deliver it to me.
Ah, good news. At least for you.
You have to excuse me, but I really had no idea.
I forgive you. Calm down. It was not your fault.
Thank you. Just wondering, were you serious about standing guard at the cemetery?
Very serious. But it's all solved now. Forget it.
No, konečně. Ale stejně bychom ho na ten hřbitov měli poslat. Ať si to tam užije, postávat a hlídkovat ve dne v noci. To by ho ta lenost přešla.
It didn't take long at all.
Tak konečně máme náš průkaz, tak jak se sluší a patří. Tak to má být.
My warrant card proves I am a full member of the force.
A můžeme se vrátit na panství. Jen kdyby to nebyla taková dálka.
Here you are. This is my warrant card. It is in your own interest to cooperate with me. Do you trust me then?
I suppose so, but I'd better ask the lady first.
Stay here and open the gate. I'll talk to the lady myself.
All right then, come in.
No, to je dost.
I have to tell the lady you're here, but I don't know if she wants to talk to you.
Tell her, please. It's urgent. It is about Sir William.
Oh, I thought so. Right way. Please follow me then. My lady ordered me not to let anybody in, but I'll make an exception as you are from the police.
Thank you.
But you'll have to promise me to stay here. I'll be right back, and don't touch anything.
I promise. Tell Lady Miriam that I have urgent news, which I wish to discuss personally.
That won't work. Milady refuses to see anybody in person. If she wishes to speak to you, she'll call you from the workroom. Wait at the telephone, please.
Lady Miriam is as mysterious as her grandson. The interview with her probably won't be easy.
U telefonu říkala? To se s Lady nemůžeme sejít osobně?
Considering the direction the maid went, I don't think Lady Miriam is in her bedroom. Did she mention Sir William's workroom? But I suppose I won't get there either.
Ložnice pánů budou nepochybně nahoře, ale jak se zdá, tak Lady Miriam je někde tamhle vzadu v pracovně. No, ale co tu budeme mezi tím dělat? Mohli bychom se podívat okolo.
Not without a good reason and a proper warrant. An electric bell at the door, and now a telephone from the workroom to the hall. I had thought that the Lewis family had financial problems, but suppose I was wrong. As the maid said, this is only a home line. I can't call anywhere else.
Nemůžeme to využít pro naše účely, ale to nevadí. Ovšem, jak se zdá, tak všechny obrazy tady v hale mají zakryté černým závěsem.
The family mourning is obvious at the first glance. All the paintings are covered, just like all the windows. I miss the sunlight here.
Jistě, drží smutek za mrtvého Williama. A nebo spíše jen velmi dobře hrají tu hru. Komedii, jenom divadlo.
I'll just have a look. Nobody would mind? What a peculiar ring. It seems strangely familiar.
Možná ani ne tak samotný prsten, ale ten drahokam, jako bychom ho už někde viděli.
When I see this ring, I wonder whether Sir William wore something like it as well.
Počkat, ten kámen, co jsme našli v hrobce, ten je přece úplně stejný.
Oh my God. The gem I found in the tomb is the same as the one in this ring. It can't be a coincidence. Sir William must have been buried with it. I wonder where the ring is now.
Excuse me, sir, what are you doing there?
Nothing, only looking.
Milady won't accept any personal appointments.
But I need to speak to her.
If you wait for a moment, she'll call you here.
Right here?
Yes, sir. You can sit down if you want.
No, thank you. There's no time for me to be sitting around.
Už volá. A ta služebná bude přítomná?
I bet she's listening to everything.
Nepochybně. Zvědavá.
The lady might be insulted. I should pick it up.
Ale co na plat? Měli bychom to vzít.
It is not polite to keep a lady waiting when she calls you. Good day, madam. Detective Sergeant Briscoe, at your service. I'd like to offer my deepest sympathy, but I also have bad news for you. My superior has already talked to you. I apologize. He probably forgot to tell me. So let's proceed to the problem. I have several questions, but if you don't mind, I would prefer to discuss them with you in person. I see. Only via the telephone, as you wish. May I ask then whether it is true that you commanded that Sir William's coffin must stay closed during the entire funeral? I'm sorry, madam, but I have to ask questions, unfortunately. I'd be grateful if you could help me, and if you'd kindly answer my other questions as well. Yes, it is a logical justification. Were these physical deformities the cause of, let's say, the unpopularity of Sir William? I understand people are superstitious, but I'd never expect Father Mulcahy to be against a burial. Did he say why? I understand you didn't agree with him. Cremation was unthinkable. I can imagine how difficult it must have been for you. I understand, and I don't want to nag at you. So far, it's enough. Thank you for your time. I think she's a very smart lady. She knows exactly what to do to avoid saying any more than she wants to. Maybe a few facts that are probably of low importance, but one never knows. For instance, why Father Mulcahy wanted the body cremated.
Nevíme toho mnoho, ale něco přece. Ačkoliv je až s podivem, že nebyla ochotná se s námi setkat osobně. Ale v každém případě se zdá, že otec Mulcahy prosazoval kremaci.
According to Lady Miriam, he wanted the body to be cremated. That means he had a good reason for getting rid of the body in a different way.
Ten překlad je někdy takový všelijaký a kolikrát to vyznění se ztrácí, ale on tedy chtěl tělo Williama zpopelnit. Bylo by tedy možné, aby unesl jeho tělo? Načež zjistil nejspíš ke svému překvapení, že je naživu, a potom ho nějakým způsobem zlikvidoval? Možná to není moc dobrá teorie, ale neměli bychom ji zcela zatracovat.
One distrustful maid is a better guard than a dozen policemen.
Zkusme si s ní promluvit. Třeba nám také něco poví.
How long have you been working for the Lewis family?
I'm here only since this morning. Can you tell?
No, not at all. Was it hard to get this job?
I guess I shouldn't say, but that Lady Miriam can be picky.
Why? Money issues?
I hope not, but do you know the rumours about Sir William?
I've heard something.
No wonder people are scared.
But you are not.
Had no choice. But if something goes wrong, I'll run away. Just don't tell me, lady.
Takže vy jste zde zcela nová. Možná by bylo zajímavé zjistit, jaké bylo její předchozí umístění. A to je na poznámečku pod čarou, ale asi bych to nechal jenom na takové 3 tečky. Protože... tak samozřejmě my, jakožto detektiv Briscoe, to nemůžeme tušit. Ale my, jakožto hráč nebo divák, víme, odkud přišla, ne?
I need to talk to Lady Miriam. Would you show me the way?
But sir, I already explained to you, it's impossible. If she wishes to talk to you, then only via the telephone.
I see. I just need to know who signed Sir William's death certificate and what the cause of death was. It would be best to talk to the family doctor.
I will ask, but Milady's really busy at the moment. Wait a minute.
Had I not heard the voice on the phone, I would think there is actually no Lady Miriam. And really the maid is the only person living here.
Tohle je opravdu zvláštní místo. Ale ten lékař by nám mohl ledacos povědět.
I'm afraid Milady doesn't wish to speak to you.
Did she give any reason?
Don't be offended, but she said it was none of your business.
Oh, well. Do you happen to know who Sir William's personal doctor was?
I really don't know, but I wouldn't tell you anyway. I don't want to lose my job.
It's all right. I'll find the information elsewhere. Stubborn old lady. She doesn't make this any easier.
Ani trochu. Ach. Ale možná bychom pro Lady Neviditelnou ještě něco měli. Ten drahokam. Nejspíš pochází opravdu z toho prstenu. Možná to bude nějaký rodinný prsten Lewisů. Nevím, jestli je dobrý nápad ukazovat ho té služce, ale zkusme to.
I have something here that I think Lady Miriam should see. Could you take it to her?
Indeed, sir. She didn't say anything against that. Gosh, is that really a diamond?
Yes, and I need it back immediately. It is an important piece of evidence. I need to know whether it is a part of Sir William's ring.
I hope I won't lose it on the way.
You'd better not.
Doufejme, že to byl jen žert.
Now I have a couple of minutes to look around.
Nebo vaše další pracoviště bude v celé. Tak, možná bychom se mohli mezi tím porozhlédnout v támhleté zásuvce.
Men's gloves, bills, a notepad. Sir William's personal belongings. Now I understand why I was not supposed to see them. Lady Miriam explained it clearly. She does not wish anybody to rake over her grandson's private life.
No videa. Je tu nějaký klíč, krabička, spousta účtů.
Huge sums of money were spent in the last months. Like this, a high-quality suit. I would have to save for 10 years to afford it. Sir William knew how to enjoy life. But he doesn't fit a mad beast's profile at all. He was probably just a loner, an oddity who tried to fill his life with expensive goods. The question is, where he took the money.
Ano, zdá se, jako by panství nebylo tak chudé, jak se tvrdí. Je tu nějaký zápisník, dokonce možná deník. VL. To musí být přímo Williamův.
The temptation to take a look inside is too strong.
Neměli bychom ho brát, ale možná, že právě tam se nachází odpovědi.
Taking something without permission is against my principles, but I suppose the lady wouldn't give it to me anyway. I'll have to manage somehow.
A pak rukavice.
They cannot belong to anyone but Sir William himself.
Excuse me, sir, what are you doing there?
Nothing, only looking.
Lady's scared, sir. The diamond really was Sir William's. He was buried with it.
I thought so, but I had to be sure. I hope you understand.
I have a question too.
Naturally.
You know, I'm getting scared. Do you think that Sir William is a killing monster?
I wouldn't say so. When we find him, he will explain. Can I have the stone back?
Here it is. Lady would be glad if it didn't get lost.
A Lady může být v klidu. Je to konec konců důkazní materiál. Ale máme spoustu nových věcí a mimochodem, je to vlastně vůbec poprvé v celém příběhu, kdy máme více než jednu stránku itemů do inventáře. Taková hromada věcí.
Bit by bit, Sir William was selling his property off. He was lucky he had a good purchaser. No wonder he could afford to spend so much money. Fortunately, he recorded everything, so when I need concrete information, I'll know where to search.
Takže je to spíše jenom takový zápisník, ale možná tu najdeme nějakou informaci, která nám pomůže.
It seems he wore them very often. Maybe he didn't want anyone to see his hands.
Možná, že i ruce měl nějakým způsobem zdeformované.
It seems to belong to the ring Sir William was buried with.
Zajímalo by mě, kde zůstal ten prsten. No nic, zdá se, že tady jsme skončili. Možná bychom se ale mohli podívat taky po zahradě. Na první pohled to nevypadá, že by panství bylo kdo ví jak bohaté. Zničené květináče, polámané větve a zarostlá fontánka.
If there was a secret hideaway, for instance, for Sir William, where would it be? I can't see anything suspicious. I don't think anybody has used it for a long time. Everything seems to be normal. Sir William even had a dog. Maybe I could use it. Of course, that's not a bad idea.
No ano, Williamův pes. Možná by dokázal najít svého pána.
So, doggy, can you help me? Can you recognize your master's smell? I don't think I can take it like this. They wouldn't let me.
Nemůžeme si ho jen tak vzít.
It would not be a good hiding place. There's too much water in there. An ideal place for a murder weapon, not for a mad murderer. All windows are thoroughly covered. There's no chance of sunlight getting in. I'm not going to spy on anybody. I wouldn't see much anyway. I will not sneak through the house like a thief. It would do me no good.
Mohli bychom se tam snad dostat zadem, ale proč?
I will not sneak through the house like a thief. It would do me no good.
Ne, není k tomu žádný důvod. Ale co tamhle ta kůlna? Jako úkryt by to nebylo špatné.
The door has no lock, but it's not possible to open it. Not this way.
Není šance se tam dostat. Kromě hromady špalků se tam válí nějaký kolík.
A sharp stake. I bet there is a logical explanation to why it was made. It does not seem to be used. A sharp stake. According to legend, this is an ideal weapon against vampires.
A najdeme to na dvoře muže, který byl divně za upíra považován. Zvláštní ironie. S tím psem to ale vůbec není špatný nápad. Možná bychom se na to mohli zeptat a uvidíme.
I don't want to delay you, but may I borrow Sir William's dog? Only for a short time, if you don't mind.
I'm not sure. I'd have to ask Milady.
Wait, stay here. There's no need to bother her with such a detail.
But Milady might get angry.
She doesn't have to know. Don't you think she has more important things on her mind and needs rest?
You're right, sir. Take it. But promise me it won't be for long.
You have the word of a gentleman.
Buďte naprosto bez obav. Psa vrátíme zpátky. Ačkoliv na to asi nebudeme nijak spěchat. Konec konců chování Lady Miriam, která dokonce odmítla se s námi osobně sejít, je v skutku nehodné jejího postavení. Takže si vypůjčíme psa a uvidíme.
So, come on, pup. You'll help me find your master. It was hard work to get you here. I thought of taking a leash before, but it doesn't matter now.
Jo, kruci, je to pořádný kus cesty. No ale pes je tu a uvidíme, co dokáže.
I can find out right away whether it's useful at all. He doesn't seem to understand what I want from him.
Takže Williama dostali ven z hrobky, nebo se dostal ven sám. V tuto dobu klidně už mohl být opět mrtvý, tedy mohl být skutečně mrtvý. A možná odsud táhli pouze jeho tělo. Pokud ho zabili někdo? Ale kam? V tlamě toho druhého psa, hrobníkova, toho mrtvého, jsme našli tenhle kus látky. Možná patřil Williamovi.
Go, boy. Find your master. No response. The sample is too small and weak. What a pity. I expected more.
Bez šance. Konec konců je to jen utržený kus hadru. Pachová stopa je nejspíš slabá. Ale máme taky ty jeho rukavice. Bez pochyby je nosil velmi často.
Go, boy. Find your master.
Vypadá to...
Oh, come on, boy. Don't disappoint me. Show me what you can do.
Vypadá to špatně. Ne, počkat. Chytil stopu.
Good dog. Quick, follow him.
Honem. Jistě, má stopu, výborně. No, nepochybně William šel tudy. Takže honem rychle za ním.
It seems he has discovered something.
William se zastavil tady u toho stromu a potom šel směrem k bráně. Je tu nějaké zvláštní místo. Další otisk.
The gravedigger had rubber boots, but these shoes were definitely smaller. I should make a cast. If it starts raining, all clues will be gone. I'd rather not touch it. It's very fragile.
Máme štěstí, že po tom včerejším dešti tady ta stopa ještě zůstala. Tam dole, pod tím hrobníkem by se to dalo pochopit, ale zde? No, těžko říct, možná tam prostě nepršelo. A nebo ta stopa je opravdu hodně hluboká. Jenomže stále nemáme připravenou sádru.
The lead I was following on Sir William ends in the canal. My God, I hope nobody threw him in there.
No tedy. To skoro vypadá, jako by William v té době už byl opravdu mrtvý. Možná to původně měl být falešný pohřeb. Ale někdo se rozhodl zlikvidovat a hodit do kanálu.
The experiment with the dog showed he probably disappeared through the canal, either alone or with somebody's help.
Ano, anebo tam tudy odešel sám. To je také možnost. Vlastně stále nevíme, jak to doopravdy bylo, ale tohle je velmi zajímavá stopa.
It's done a great job. Pity I can't keep it. I should give it back, but it can wait.
Necháme ho zatím ještě tady.
Somebody took Sir William's body out of the coffin and threw it in the canal. There is no other possible way.
Tak nějak se to jeví. Nebo případně tudy utíkal dobrovolně a po svých. Ale to nezjistíme, dokud nenajdeme tělo.
I'm not going to crawl through the filth, but Carter surely won't mind.
Nepochybně. Tamhle strážník Carter je na to jistě zvyklý. Ale je tu ještě něco.
What's the dog barking at? If not at the canal, then maybe at this chain. What's this?
Něco tam u toho řetězu musí být. Podíváme se na to podrobně.
What's this? I almost overlooked it. Without that dog, I'd never have noticed it.
Další kus látky.
Maybe I could compare it with the one I already have.
Možná dokonce patří k sobě. No, na to je ještě čas.
Carter, find some men and search the canal.
How big of an area, sir?
Go upstream and keep your eyes open. The water might have carried the body quite far.
Sir, are you saying that you think someone threw Sir William's body into the canal?
It's possible. I need you to check it for me.
Yes, sir.
Carter to snad zvládne. Můžeme mu věřit. Ale zajdeme ještě za farářem. Moc by mě zajímalo, proč tak trval na kremaci.
You know, your strange peace has the opposite effect on me. I think you're quite pleased that Sir William is no longer in your way.
What? How could you say that?
I know you are absolutely against the funeral.
That's a lie!
Tell me then, why did you insist on cremating the body?
I meant well. That is the whole truth.
Tell me, what is it like to bury a mass murderer and a monster?
That is none of your business, detective. Your questions insult me.
To bury a monster against your will insulted you as well. For things did not turn out as you wished, so you found your own way to deal with the problem.
You cannot prove that.
You had the motive, the opportunity, and no alibi. I'm sorry, but I have to ask you to stay in the tunnel.
Are you arresting me?
No, not yet, but I will return soon, and I'll be glad if I won't have to search for you then.
Haha. Konec konců tady otec Malkehy je aktuálně podezřelým číslo 1. Všechno to tak nějak ukazuje na něj. A znáte to, pod svícnem je největší tma.
I've just had the canal around the cemetery searched.
What do you hope to find?
Everything seems to lead to the disappearance of Sir William, or his body in the canal.
Are you saying that someone stole his body and then threw it into the canal? But why?
Not a hard question, especially when I know how much you hated him.
Be careful, detective. I know nothing about the canal. Even if you found something, my conscience is clear.
That's rather convincing. I'm sure he knows something, but I doubt he is the murderer and ghoul.
No, jen aby. I když to jeho rozčílení možná, že bylo opravdové. Tedy možná, že v tom opravdu není zapletený. Ale přesto se zdá, jako by věděl víc, než nám říká. Myslím, že bychom se mohli vrátit zpátky na stanici. Alespoň než nás něco nového napadne. Protože momentálně teď mě nenapadá vůbec nic. Uvidíme, jak dopadne pátrání v kanálech. Mohli bychom prozkoumat pod mikroskopem ten druhý kousek látky, to by nebylo špatné. Ale taky bychom snad konečně nějak mohli vymyslet, jak se dostat k té bedně tady v archivu. Nepochybuji o tom, že ten poslední klíč patří právě k ní.
First I have to pull it out, otherwise I won't be able to open it.
Jenomže to nemůžeme udělat, dokud hrozí, že ten regál nás tady normálně zavalí. Ale snad bychom ho dokázali něčím podepřít. Možná tím kolíkem.
It holds firmly. Hopefully.
No, výborně. A koště může jít pryč.
It shouldn't be a problem now. It's pretty heavy. Who knows what's inside?
Nepochybně spousta věcí. A věřím tomu, že nám pomůžou. Lockley se o Williama zajímal.
I still don't know what's inside. The lock is in relatively good condition. Perhaps I'll be able to open it, even without an axe.
Měli bychom to snad zvládnout tím klíčem. Konec konců kam jinam by patřil.
And what's this? I expected to find the results of years of Detective Lockley's work, and I get this. I don't know, I probably expected too much. Newspaper cuttings, plenty of notes, like this one. A worker murdered in the shipyard. Mad William targets another victim. Lockley's note, a false scent. He didn't write why. He must have been collecting this stuff for years. Pity he couldn't finish his work. Yet when I need solid information, this may be a good source. I think Lockley didn't exclude the family doctor. Is there something about him? Here it is, a newspaper article. Family doctor James Stewart keeps dark secret. Lockley's note, call to questioning, extension line 112. Well...
Konečně známe totožnost jeho osobního lékaře. No, výborně.
All I have is the phone contact. Extension line 112.
Ideální by bylo mu zavolat a zkusit si sjednat schůzku. Nebo si ho dokonce předvolat.
Detective, you'll like this. This came for you. An autopsy report. Do you want me to leave it in your office, sir?
No, thank you. I'll take it right away.
Bitevní zpráva, no konečně.
I'd be disappointed if I find out that the gravedigger died because of alcohol poisoning.
Tak se na to podíváme.
Cause of death of Mr. Talbot, the gravedigger. He bled to death from the wound on his neck. It was probably caused by the grasp of sharp claws. The wound is of irregular shape, definitely not caused by an edged tool. No traces of bite either. I don't believe it was done by an animal. Such a wound could be easily faked.
Tedy, tohle jsem nečekal. My víme, že zemřel zjevně na základě té rány, co měl na krku, ale tohle?
bled to death from a wound on his neck caused by sharp claws. I can't imagine an animal which could do this.
Ostrými drápy? To přece... To by... No, máme to tu jako další teorii.
I refuse to believe that Sir William was resurrected and is now going to seek revenge against everybody. Yet I cannot ignore certain facts. Those claw marks on the gravedigger's neck are a mystery.
Nemůžeme to úplně vyloučit, bez ohledu na to, jak šílené se to jeví. Možná vstal z mrtvých jako monstrum a teď... Ne, to je hloupost. Ani nebudu dál pokračovat v myšlence. Ale možná, že někdo si vyrobil nástroj, který vypadá... Jeho stopy vypadají jako rozdrápání zvířetem. Možná. Podíváme se na tu druhou látku.
I don't know much about it, but it seems like a high-quality material.
No jo, a podobně jako ta první. Ale otázkou spíše je, zdali je to ze stejného obleku. Dáme to k sobě.
When I see them together, they seem to be identical. But such an examination isn't enough.
No jo, ta podoba tam je, rozhodně na první pohled vypadají stejně, ale musíme mít jistotu.
I haven't found any other cloth samples.
Takže je porovnáme pod mikroskopem oba.
Identical samples. But that means that whoever was bitten by the gravedigger's dog was able to get away and must have fled via the canal. It would be helpful to know where he had his clothes made. If it was Sir William, I'd have to find his tailor. I hope it won't be too difficult.
Ano, jakožto šlechtic měl nepochybně svého osobního krejčího, který šil pro něj, respektive on si pouze u něj kupoval oblečení. Možná bychom ho našli v tom jeho diáři.
What about the tailor's workshop? Yes, here it is. The workshop on Wilson Street. Only expensive items. So let's have a look there.
Měli bychom se tam vypravit. Ale počkat, taky ještě máme spojení na toho doktora. Zavoláme mu.
Detective Sergeant Briscoe, I need to talk to Dr. Stewart, please. Extension line 112. Yes, right now, if it's possible. Thank you. Good day, Mrs. Stewart. Detective Inspector Briscoe speaking. I'm afraid I can't understand you. I need to talk to your husband. It's urgent. Missing? For how long? I see. Have you reported it to the police? No, unfortunately, I'm working on another case. I had hoped your husband could help me explain several details concerning Sir William. Please, calm down. The body wasn't found. I mean, you have no reason to think that. You should stay at home. Maybe he will return. Please, if he does, tell him to call me as soon as possible. Thank you very much. Try not to think about that. I'll inform you of anything we discover. Goodbye. Sir William's personal doctor disappeared. He probably wanted to keep out of the journalist's sight. That makes sense. But I'm sure he wouldn't leave his wife behind. Something is going on, and I have a bad feeling about it.
Další zmizení. Ten případ je čím dál tím více zamotaný. No, kde toho doktora ale najít? Možná, že bychom měli najít někoho, kdo ten jeho případ zmizení vyšetřuje. Tedy doufám, že je to vyšetřováno.
Would you look at the report from the 12th or 13th of November? Missing person James Stewart.
Just a minute, sir. Yes, we have Mrs. Stewart's report. Her husband supposedly hasn't returned from a funeral of his old patient.
Sir William?
Exactly, sir.
Perhaps he has not left at all. Thank you, officer.
Byl na pohřbu sira Williama a nevrátil se domů. Zvláštní.
The missing doctor, James Stewart, went to Sir William's burial, but he didn't return home. Maybe he's still somewhere at the cemetery.
Možná je také po smrti. Těžko říct. No, ale jediná stopa, jakou teď máme, je to oblečení. Měli bychom zajít do té Wilsonovy ulice a mezitím doufáme, že strážník Carter něco najde v kanálech. Jak se zdá, krejčí bydlí celkem blízko u samotného panství Lewisů. No, vypravíme se tam. To je pořádný obchod. Nepochybně jen pro ty nejbohatší lidi z města.
A respectable tailor's workshop. This is where Sir William's suits were made.
Půjdeme dovnitř.
It's locked.
Tak asi ne. Tamhle je nějaký koš.
I've searched through worse things than rubbish bins before.
Není to zrovna nic příjemného, ale možná bychom tam mohli nalézt nějaký důkaz.
Strange. Somebody threw away today's newspaper with the article about the disappearance of Sir William's body. I bet this somebody is now standing at the fountain trying to calm down.
Podle oblečení je to nepochybně sám pan krejčí. Hádám, že ho ta zpráva dost rozrušila.
He looks really scared. He's splashing the cold water on himself and trying to recover. Excuse me, is this Wilson Street? I'm looking for a tailor's shop on Wilson Street.
You are standing right in it, sir.
Briscoe. Detective Briscoe.
Ah, how can I help you, sir?
Forgive me, but you look as though you've seen Death himself.
No. Why? Not at all. I'm just in the shop all day long. Just needed a break, that's all.
I can understand that. A man needs to relax.
Exactly.
To sit down for a while, put one's feet up.
Yes, yes.
Have a cigarette and maybe read the papers.
Yes. Everybody has that right. Do you want to arrest me for having a break?
No, of course not.
So would you do me a favor and don't ask me such rubbish?
To je neskutečné chování. Co si to vůbec dovoluje? Já chápu, že je možná rozrušený tou zprávou v novinách, ale to v tomto městě asi není jediný. Konec konců, na základě toho, co se o Williamovi povídalo, to vypadá, že jeho zmrtvých vstání, nebo co, pro mnoho lidí asi je dost velkým šokem. Ale zdá se, že tady pro Krejčího je to něco ještě mnohem víc. Proč?
I found your papers. Do you always throw them out like this?
Is that a crime?
No, but I think the article about Sir William scared you.
Are you surprised? Well, I'll tell you something. This morning, I found the shop door open. Nothing was missing, so I forgot it. But then I read the article and put two and two together. Do you get it?
Do you think it was Sir William? Why would he bother? He's dead.
I'm not so sure.
Perhaps you just forgot to lock the door.
No, I locked myself out once, so since then I always have a spare key. I can tell you because you are from the police. I have a nice hiding place by the fountain, see? Nobody has touched that key.
It doesn't prove anything. Someone might have found the hiding place.
Out of the question. Like I said, it must have been him. So I don't feel like laughing at all.
I can call my people in here if you want.
No. Don't worry about it. You already have enough trouble.
The man is hiding something. He's obviously afraid of something. I bet he didn't tell me even half of what he knows. Otherwise, he'd at least consider my proposal.
Jak ho ale přimět mluvit? Těžko. Vypadá to... No, přijde mi to dost přitažené za vlasy, že by William navštívil tohle místo, tenhle obchod, vniknul dovnitř, ale ani tam nic neukradl a hned zase odešel. Nejspíš nám opravdu neříká všechno. Ale... těžko z něj dostaneme víc. Ale ten hlavní důvod, proč jsme tu, jsou tyhle ty látky, co jsme našli.
I'd like to show you something. Where is it? Here. Have a look at this.
Are you testing me, sir? It's Indian silk. Top quality. Very expensive.
Both samples?
You have my word.
So, is it possible they both come from one suit?
No, not from a suit. Rather from silk scarves. Now, the ladies' scarves are popular, but we are the only tailors that make them for gentlemen too. I've already had several orders, all high society.
Can you give me names?
Of course not. Unless you ask about a specific person. Confidentiality comes first. And one more thing. You probably can't tell, but one sample has a lighter shade. Here, see? My expert eye tells me that it comes from two different pieces of cloth.
Strange. I hadn't noticed. Have you been making something for Sir William Lewise?
From the Indian silk? Certainly, but no details, you understand. Confidentiality, you know.
You can say it now, or later at the station. Your choice.
All right. All right. He was the first customer who bought the highest quality men's scarf. He was very satisfied with it. He ordered 2 more.
How do you wear such a thing?
Around your neck, of course. How you tie it is entirely up to you.
Would it be possible to pull it over your nose to cover up half of your face?
Of course, but before you ask, I have no idea how Sir William wore it.
Thank you. That should be sufficient for now.
No vidíte. Takže je to pravděpodobně opravdu šála Williama. Dokonce 2 šály. A je dost možné, že je nosil ne ani tak kolem krku, ale spíš kolem tváře, aby zakryl tu svoji vrozenou vadu, tu deformaci. Ale víc toho tady asi nezjistíme. I tak je to alespoň něco. Asi bychom se mohli vrátit na hřbitov. Škoda. Vypadá to, že žádné objevy z kanálu zatím nejsou. Ale mohli bychom se zajít zeptat faráře na lékaře, totiž jestliže zmizel během pohřbu, možná, že ho tady viděl.
I have a problem and only you can help me.
If that is so, I am at your disposal.
I have to know what happened immediately after the funeral. I'm asking specifically about James Stewart, Sir William's personal doctor.
I do not know what you wish to hear.
Anything? Did you see him leave or talk to anyone? He might have been distressed. Can you recall anything?
I am afraid I cannot.
Which is rather strange. Just any information. For example, who he talked to, or who he sat next to at the funeral. I'm beginning to think that you don't want to tell me.
Enough, detective. I cannot bear these insults.
That's rather convincing. I'm sure he knows something, but I doubt he is the murderer and ghoul.
I do not have to listen to this. If I may, I need some fresh air.
Help yourself. I won't prevent you, but don't go any further.
Zatraceně. To snad není pravda. On nepochybně něco ví, ale odmítá nám to říct. My ale potřebujeme toho doktora najít.
He's pretty tough. I'll need a real breakthrough before I will know if it's him.
Možná nastal konečně čas to na něj vytasit. A buď ho šokovat, a tím zjistit, že nevěděl, že je William ještě naživu, a nebo možná dokonce získat jeho přiznání.
Would you please have a look at this? Look carefully.
What is it?
Human nails. To be more specific, Sir William's nails, which were found on the inner side of the coffin's cover.
I do not understand.
I'll explain immediately. A man wakes up in the dark and realizes he is locked in a small space. let's say in a coffin, turns mad with fright, and clapper claws all over the place. Then focuses on the cover, the only possible escape. It starts suffocating, and his madness would escalate so much that he stops feeling pain. And he'd cut himself out through the wood with his bare hands. He frantically claws at the wood, but his nails wouldn't stay in their natural places.
Enough! Enough! Please, stop! Sir William was truly...
Alive, Father Mulcahy. This is clear evidence that he was buried alive.
What are you saying? That could not have happened. Steward, the family doctor, signed the death certificate.
Sir, come over here and have a look.
Do you have the body?
I have a body, sir, but it's not Sir William.
What?
We took him out and identified him immediately, sir. It's the doctor, sir, James Stewart. We all knew him, sir.
So he stayed here after all? I must see him.
Go around the cemetery all the way to the bridge, sir. The body got stuck under a branch, otherwise it would have been carried much further. I left one of my men there, sir. Do you need company?
No, I think I know where it is. Thank you, Carter. Good job.
Detective, I just overheard what your colleague reported to you. I need to talk to you.
What's the rush? You need to unburden your conscience.
Yes, I confess that I was withholding something from you, but I cannot be silent anymore.
It'll have to wait.
Of course, I will wait here.
Just don't get murdered. A suspiciously fast death has been known to occur in similar circumstances.
You have really comforted me, detective.
Jo, dávejte na sebe pozor. My budeme hnedka zpátky, ale to víte, nikdy netušíte, co se může přihodit.
I will let him stew in his own juice for a while.
Zvláště, když doktor James se našel. Ale mrtvý. No, taky to ale znamená, že otec Mulcahy je v tom nakonec nevinně. Ačkoliv, jak se zdá, pořád něco ví. Na to si ještě počkáme.
His reaction to the nails was credible. If he got rid of the body, he would have known Sir William was alive. I'm crossing him off the list.
Nepochybně. Ví daleko více, než kolik nám prozradil. Ale vrahem bez pochyby není. Necháme ho tady, potom se vrátíme, aby nám to sdělil, tu informaci, a snad bude zásadní. Ale teď bychom se měli jít podívat na to tělo.
Detective Briscoe. And you are?
Robin, sir.
I've come to see the body.
It's over there by the stairs.
You know who it is?
Yes, his name's James Stewart, a local doctor, for those who could afford him.
Well done, Robbins. Where exactly did you find him?
Right over there, sir, under the bridge. Poor devil got stuck under this branch.
He was carried quite a distance. He might have still been alive. Tried to swim.
I'd say he was already dead. Got a nasty wound on the neck, but you know what's strange? Doesn't seem to have bled.
Well, what do you think about this?
Something must have sucked him, sir, I'm sure of it.
An interesting theory. I've not chased a vampire before. Stay here for now.
Sir, must I work alone?
Are you afraid?
Oh, no, sir, never on duty. But one never knows.
Forget it. I can afford no more people. You'll have to manage on your own.
Yes, sir.
The theory that Sir William has been kidnapped by the family doctor has been disproved. I have to follow a different lead.
Ano, jedna z našich teorií říkala, že právě tady James Stewart, doktor, využíval Williama na pokusy. Ale jak se zdá, byla to dost mylná teorie.
He won't tell me anything. He's dead, and his body is totally bereft of blood.
Ale konečně se nám taky podařilo vyloučit jednu z teorií.
Probably a false lead.
Kde pak žádný výzkum.
This means even more paperwork.
No jo, další tělo.
He has a deep wound on his neck, but I can't see a single drop of blood. Pretty scary.
Žádná krev? Jako by ho snad něco vysálo. A nějaký upír. Ale to je přece nesmysl. Možná je to tou vodou. Nějakou dobu v ní ležel a tak, možná, že právě proto je ta krev pryč, nebo tak něco. Kdo ví, nejsme lékaři.
One man might be able to look after that, although he is scared to death. I need him to stay where he is.
Vypadá to ale na podobnou příčinu smrti, jako u hrobníka Talbota. Rána na krku a... Ale tentokrát se vrah zbavil těla.
Isn't this ironic? The whole time I was chasing the journalist, I didn't have the slightest idea I was pursuing the next victim.
No jo, včera jsme tady byli, honili jsme novináře a ta mrtvola musela být někde poblíž, nejspíš támhle pod mostem.
I should have found that poor man earlier. Blasted journalist.
Kdo to mohl tušit? Ale říkám si, když tady máme takový krásný zdroj vody, i když... ta řeka, nebo spíš ten kanál, to asi nebude zrovna nejčistší voda. Nicméně, možná bychom ji mohli využít. Potřebujeme něčím rozmočit tu sádru, ale taky to nemůžeme dělat jen tak v tom papírovém pytlíčku. Ale možná bychom si mohli trochu vody nabrat do té krabičky.
It's not drinkable, but it'll be useful anyway.
Pít bychom to rozhodně neměli, za žádnou cenu. Vrátíme se nahoru a zjistíme, co nám to chtěl ten otec Malkyhy ještě říct. Zněl dost důležitě. Možná to bude zásadní informace.
Do you still wish to tell me something?
Yes.
You saw something that night, am I correct?
No, but I heard something. There was a fight. Someone was screaming.
Do you know who it was? Your grave digger?
I do not know, really. I have been trying to forget. I was mad with fear. I closed the door and blocked my ears. I prayed out loud to deafen the rampage outside.
Is this all you wanted to tell me?
No. Earlier on, at the funeral, I saw something. Perhaps it is not important, but Dr. Stewart surely argued with Lady Miriam. He strongly demanded something, but she obviously refused.
Do you know what the subject of the argument was? Did you overhear any words?
I had the impression he wanted to look into the coffin, but the lady refused. Yes, it might have been so, but now that I know that Sir William... it must have been so.
So you think he wanted to make sure that Sir William is truly dead?
Yes, it makes sense.
That explains why Dr. Stewart did not come home after the funeral. He stayed somewhere near the cemetery and waited until everybody left. His conscience troubled him, and he obviously paid for it.
To je zajímavé. Takže Lady Miriam za každou cenu trvala na tom, že rakev musí být zavřená, ale doktor měl pochybnosti. Myslel si, že William možná je ještě naživu. A tak, až všichni odešli z pohřbu? Potom ho napadlo, že se vrátí a možná právě on se vloupal do hrobky. A možná právě on otevřel rakev. A tím pádem Williama zachránil. Ale kdo ho mohl zabít? Přece by ho nezabil sám William, když mu pomohl z rakve. Tohle je ovšem velmi zajímavá informace.
He told me everything he knew.
Možná bychom se ještě měli vrátit na panství a promluvit znova s Lady Miriam. Ale teď, když máme tu sádru, mohli bychom, nebo tedy alespoň tu vodu, ale sádru budeme mít připravenou raz, dva. Mohli bychom se podívat na ty otisky bot. Jeden byl přímo tady pod tělem hrobníka Talbota. Tady je to. No, a musíme tu sádru ještě rozmočit ve vodě.
Mixing it is as easy as a child's game.
Tak.
I should hurry up, otherwise it'll harden.
A teď to opatrně, pokud možno rovnoměrně, nalijeme na tu stopu.
There's too much dirt in there. I can't do it now.
To je pravda, je tam spousta listí, prachu, špíny a tak. Měli bychom to nejprve vymést štětečkem.
It should be enough.
Tak je to lepší.
I'd rather not touch it. It's very fragile. The gravedigger had rubber boots, but these shoes were definitely smaller. I should make a cast. If it starts raining, all clues will be gone.
Nepochybně to není stopa hrobníka. Tím lépe, protože je to dost možná stopa vraha.
I have to wait a few minutes. I'm too impatient. It needs more time.
No videa, tak to bychom měli první odlitek.
There's nothing I can do until I find the matching shoe.
Druhou stopu našel ten pes někde tady pod tím stromem. Tady je to. Takže nalijeme tam sádru.
There's too much dirt in there. I can't do it now.
To je pravda. I tady je spousta listí.
It should be enough.
Tak.
I'd rather not touch it. It's very fragile.
Ovšem, vypadá to jako by to byla jiná bota.
I have to wait a few minutes. I'm too impatient. It needs more time.
Výborně.
There's nothing I can do until I find the matching shoe.
No, a co teď? Potřebujeme zjistit, komu ty stopy patří. Nebylo by špatné ty odlitky oba navzájem porovnat.
The two imprints are from different shoes.
Tak, jak se nám to zdálo už podle těch stop. Alespoň máme jistotu. A to mi připomíná, že bychom možná, abychom měli naprostou jistotu, mohli porovnat, jestli náhodou nepatří faráři.
No, I'm sure it wasn't his shoes which left the imprint in front of the church.
Ne, není to on. A pak máme ještě tu druhou stopu. Ale tady je takový zvláštní bug, že když se to na něj použije, tak asi by měla následovat stejná reakce, to znamená, není to on, ale nestane se vůbec nic. Přestože ten předmět bliká a jde tam použít. Ale když ne farář, možná bychom to mohli porovnat s botami doktora. A ten už nám nikam neuteče.
No, I'm sure it wasn't his shoes which left the imprint in front of the church.
Ne, ani to není náš člověk. Ačkoliv my vlastně vůbec nevíme, jestli alespoň jeden z těch otisků může patřit vrahovi. Ten den přece bylo na hřbitově spousta lidí, konal se ten pohřeb.
No, I'm sure it wasn't his shoes which left the imprint in front of the church.
Ani ten druhý neodpovídá, škoda. No, zdá se mi, že alespoň prozatím jsme tady skončili. Ale měli bychom se ještě jednou vypravit na panství. Opravdu by mě zajímalo, proč Lady Miriam tak trvala na tom, aby rakev zůstala za každou cenu zavřená, přestože, jak se zdá, doktor měl jisté pochybnosti. Možná se opravdu domníval, že William je naživu.
Tell Lady Miriam that Mr. Steward's body was found. I think she'll be familiar with the name.
Oh my goodness, isn't it over yet?
Far from it.
I'll tell her right away.
If this doesn't get that old lady to pick up the phone, then nothing will.
Milady will call you in a minute. Your news upset her very much.
I do apologize.
To by taky měla. Co když toho doktora zabila ona?
Yes, madam, I'm listening very carefully. I don't want to violate your privacy, madam, but you surely understand that the circumstances under which your grandson's body disappeared are very serious. Exactly. Mr. Stewart, your family doctor, is dead. When was the last time you saw him? And did you talk to him? I have a witness to your argument. Did he ask you for another examination of Sir William's body? It wasn't nonsense, as you think, Lady Lewis. I found evidence that Sir William, your grandson, still lived. Actually, he was buried alive. I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you that. Madam? Lady Lewis, are you all right? Miss, hurry to your lady. Take her a glass of water or something stronger.
Oh my goodness, Lady Miriam!
Jak se zdá, tak to s ní
Lady Lewis?
seklo.
Thank God. Are you all right? I sent the maid to you. I'm terribly sorry, but all the evidence seems to make clear what happened that night. When your grandson was buried, I can't explain why your doctor first claimed Sir William was dead. And then it seems changed his mind. But it's a fact that your grandson was not dead. I'll spare you all the details, dear lady, but please consider my advice. I'd like one of my best guards to stay here. He will protect you and intervene if necessary. I understand you don't wish it, but there is a chance Sir William is alive and that he will come back home. No, of course I'm not going to hunt him. He suffered from a terrible shock, and he'll need medical assistance. But at the same time, I can't rule out the possibility he'll be aggressive. 2 people died, madam. All right, this is your decision, and I'm inclined to respect it. But I have to warn you. If Sir William returns home, immediately inform the police. Good day.
Her reaction was convincing. Pity I had to tell it to her in such a way. But I needed to make sure she has nothing to do with the case.
Konečně jsme jí to řekli na rovinu. I když to bylo velmi tvrdé. A skoro to vypadalo, že to nepřežije. Musí to být strašlivé zjištění, že vlastně zaživa pohřbila svého vnuka. Hrozné. Ale alespoň díky tomu máme naprostou jistotu, že v tom nebyla zapletená. Alespoň něco.
She has nothing to do with the case. I'm sorry I caused her so much trouble. I'm crossing her off the list.
Tím pádem také padá tahle teorie.
Probably a false lead.
Nezdá se, že by William předstíral svoji smrt. Namísto toho byl pohřben zaživa. Ale proč? I ta služebná už odešla a nejspíš nemá cenu tady dál setrvávat, takže odejdeme. Myslím, že je čas návratu na stanici. Musíme nějak probrat, co jsme zjistili a rozmyslet se, co dál. Některé věci se začínají vyjasňovat, ale některé jiné se naopak komplikují a...
Detective, you'll like this.
What happened, officer?
The patrol you sent for that journalist is back.
Do they have him?
They don't, unfortunately.
Well, let me know when they do.
Wouldn't his printer be enough for now? He's in custody.
It's not a bad idea. What has he done?
He's been arrested because he refused to open the door to the detective, so the journalist could escape.
What a fool. Where can I talk to him?
Go down the corridor and then turn right. If you don't mind, he's sharing the cell with another suspect. We're a bit crowded right now.
It doesn't matter. So straight ahead, then right. Thank you.
Ano, zločinců tady je plné město, ale pokud jsou u nás ve vězení za mřížemi, alespoň neublíží nikomu tam venku. Takže tudy? To bude náš tiskař. A tady nalevo nějaký primitiv.
I have no idea who he is, and I don't care at all. I've nothing to tell him.
Jen další ubohá zločinecká existence tohohle města. Necháme ho na pokoji.
I'd prefer to have the journalist here, but his companion might be of help. Detective Briscoe, do you know a man called Nathaniel Forrest?
I should. I work for him.
I have several questions for you. If you answer them, you can go home.
Ask away.
Something simple first. Where is he?
Who?
Don't play dumb with me.
Ah, you mean Nate? Well, I have no idea.
Do you know anything at all?
I'm just a print worker, sir. What I know you can read in the papers. That's all.
Just as you like. You're shooting yourself in the foot. Sometimes I regret that the police stopped using thumbscrews.
Ano, to by ho dozajista donutilo mluvit. Nevím, jestli mu to dochází, ale tady jde o vážný zločin. Minimálně dvojitá vražda. A dost možná je v tom zapletený sám novinář, kterého se snaží krýt. To by pro něj nedopadlo dobře.
I want to know about the last issue, the leading article. Who is your source?
Detective, I'm just a print worker. I do what I'm told.
Do you know that I could send you to prison for 2 years? The judge wouldn't even blink.
Why would you? There are plenty of printers. The papers would be pressed elsewhere.
We'll see. You'll be an example. You'll be punished in everyone else's place, especially the ink spiller.
That's not fair.
Consider it recompense for all the rubbish you've printed.
Whatever you say. I don't know nothing, see?
A stubborn donkey.
Jenom to na nás zkouší. Nepochybuji o tom, že něco ví.
How long have you been working for the Courier?
For several years, I guess.
So you and Mr. Forrest are friends?
Guess so.
Tell me, what sort of a man is he? He seems to be quite insane.
Oh no, he knows exactly what he's doing. Pretty smart. That's why he did what he did.
Does he really believe what he has been writing about Sir William?
I guess so.
Do you talk about it?
Yeah, but only technical details.
You're not being very helpful.
Sorry, Detective. I've told you as much as I know.
I think he's just playing with me. He takes me for a fool, but I won't swallow the bait.
A musíme to z něj dostat. Nepochybně něco ví.
Maybe you know I met Mr. Forrest yesterday morning at the cemetery. He was in such a hurry that he forgot his camera.
That's nothing unusual.
Do you know what surprised me? The photographs in the papers do not match the angle of the camera position. Strange, isn't it?
So he took more shots. That's normal. It's a matter of light and so on.
No, he didn't have that much time. I'm sure he managed one shot at the most.
So what's your version of the story? If you're waiting for me to tell you, I don't know.
That's not necessary. There's only one possible explanation. He was there first, and then he put on a little show to make a fool out of me.
That's not how it went.
How did it go, then? Isn't it true that the only thing that sells your papers are recent, mysterious murders? What would Mr. Forrest be capable of doing just to keep the public's attention? What about killing somebody and then framing Sir William? But when Sir William died, the Golden Age ended. He must have taken the body away to create another filthy story, claiming he was still alive and murdering.
You're insane.
The gravedigger probably troubled him, so he took care of him, but he saved the best for last. The journalist must have had a trusted accomplice. He would never have done it alone. Your silence proves how faithful you are. It's clear that only you can be the accomplice. Confess. How many murders are you responsible for?
None. That's just rubbish. Oh my God, I haven't killed anybody.
It doesn't matter anymore. The prosecution will have a different opinion. Think about it. I think I hit the bullseye. He seems to be pondering something. I think this is a good sign.
Zatraceně. Dobře jsme na něj zatlačili, jen co je pravda. Ale pořád nechce nic pustit. I když možná už ví, že mu teče do bod. Jenom si to potřebuje trošku rozmyslet. Mohli bychom zatím odejít a uvidíme, jestli to zabere. No jo, ale kam bychom asi zatím tak mohli jít? Ten novinář je aktuálně naše jediná stopa. Stále pátráme po tom kuřákovi, ale nenašli jsme vůbec nic.
Maybe I could visit the print worker. See if he has changed his mind. He's had enough time for that.
Ano, možná už si to rozmyslel a už přišel k rozumu. Ale mohli bychom také ještě zajít za krejčím. Zvláštní už tu není. Asi už se osvěžil dost.
I wouldn't drink from most fountains, but this one seems to be all right. I'm not thirsty now.
Nebudeme pít. A krom toho tu nic není, zdá se. Takže půjdeme dovnitř. Krejčí tam nepochybně je.
It's locked.
Zvláštní. No tak možná odešel někam do města. Možná dnes ani otevírat nebude. Tak dobrá, vrátíme se zpátky na policii a zjistíme, jak to dopadlo s naším podezřelým.
Detective, do you have a minute? You just won't believe this. The printer wants to talk to you.
Did he say why?
No, but he seems willing to confess.
I'll see him right away, thank you.
No výborně, už má mokro v botách a ví to. My pojďme za ním.
Did you want to talk to me?
Yes. I want to tell you everything I know.
Really? What changed your mind?
You can judge us, but we're just keeping the public informed of events. We ain't no murderers.
Go on.
Back then, Nate really was at the cemetery before you. Someone had sent him a message early that morning. Probably one of his informants. He has them all over the place.
Let's say that is so. When I appeared, he had to act as if he were taking photographs, so I wouldn't suspect how the photographs made it into the papers.
Exactly.
Who is his informant? I have to check this.
You ask him. Just before the patrol came, he got another message.
What a coincidence, right? Where did he go then?
Wilson Street. Some tailor's shop or something.
For goodness sake, you nitwit, what kind of game are you playing? I was there today and spoke to the tailor. He was all right.
If you say so. I'm just telling you what Nate told me. The tailor's shop on the corner of Wilson Street. You do with it whatever you please.
Why would the journalist be interested in the tailor? What's going on here?
No tedy. No jistě. A ten novinář tím, že se vlastně nechal nachytat, tak tím kryl svůj kontakt, informátora, který mu dal tip. A teď mu dal další na Krejčího. No ale dnes jsme s ním mluvili, nicméně sám Krejčí byl dost vyděšený. A teď, před malou chvilkou, tam dokonce už ani nebyl. Každopádně nám další teorie vybouchla. I když možná je to tak lepší.
He was a promising candidate, but also a leech, living off other people's misfortune. I'm crossing him off the list.
Takže novinář není naším vrahem. Pouze se na tom přiživuje. Jako parazit.
Probably a false lead.
No, ale taky díky tomu máme další stopu.
The journalist got a tip-off about the tailor's workshop. I have to follow him, quickly.
Měli bychom tam zajít. A stále ještě zbývají 3 teorie. Ačkoliv jedna je hrozivější než druhá. Nevím. Skoro bych možná byl radši, kdyby se potvrdila jedna z těch, které jsme vyloučili. Mimochodem, a to je na takovou poznámečku pod čarou, je to zvláštní, protože už se nacházíme v celkem, řekl bych, pokročilé části hry, i když ještě dokonce kus chybí, to rozhodně ano, ale teprve nyní se vlastně oba dva hrdinové setkávají, i když o sobě ještě pořád ani vlastně nevědí. Ani s ním nemůžeme hodit řeč. No jo, no, tak snad abychom šli. Máme horkou stopu. Ten Krejčí. Možná, že je v nebezpečí. Tudíž neměli bychom meškat. Bez tak ani nemáme co jiného dělat. A měli bychom se rovnou vydat tam.
I can't see anything. I have to get in. Still locked. Did the tailor say anything about a spare key?
Ale jo, mluvil o nějakém úkrytu u té fontánky tamhle. No, bylo by to rozhodně lepší, než muset rozbít sklo.
The master key should be somewhere here, if the tailor didn't lie. He didn't. Here it is.
No, výborně. Poměrně velký zdobený klíček.
I mustn't forget to put it back.
Jo, to počká. Teď se musíme dostat dovnitř.
I don't know what to expect. Another victim? Or the journalist laughing at me? I'll find it out immediately. I just have to be careful.